You ever been at a liquor store and wondered if you should buy something or let it go? Today we're going to give you a list of some things that maybe you should buy, maybe you should let go.
All I can think of now is the Frozen song. Let it go, let it go. To have young kids.
Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we're going to talk about buying or passing.
Sorry, I'm laughing so I can hear my kids throw stuff on the ground upstairs.
It's always good.
Yes. So, never fails that they scream and yell and throw stuff right at the start of doing videos.
It's all good.
Anyway, so today we're actually going to talk about a whole bunch of new either releases or semi-new releases.
Yeah.
Or a certain type of bottle that's getting released literally all the time at Old Forester.
That is true.
So, before we start though today, talking about these six, hit that like, subscribe, notifications button so that way you can keep up with everything we have going on the channel, and it helps us reach some big goals. First one. Let's talk about the old Chattanooga Founders.
I bought this mostly for the channel. And if I was going to say buy or pass, I would probably go pass for this. Mostly because of the price.
It was like $80?
Yeah, it was $80.
So I feel like we have two bottles on this list that fit a certain criteria. It's good.
Yeah.
But what role does it fit? Like, what does it do for you?
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think I like their bottle and bond more. So, and it's like 50 something bucks.
Yeah.
Now, if you want something that's like, oh, it's hard to find, or something that's a little bit unique, that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I kind of agree with you. But it's not that it's bad.
No, it's not that it's bad. But it also doesn't measure up to its predecessors.
No, the first one was amazing.
Yeah. So it'd be a pass for me. Today's episode is brought to you by Into the AM. And if you can see,
got some new swag.
We got some new swag. New swag. It's awesome. I love it. What about you?
Yeah, so Into the AM, I actually never owned any of it until they reached out wanting us to partner with them. And I'm telling you right now, I'm about to switch out a whole bunch of my wardrobe for this. This is some of the most comfortable shirts I've ever owned in my life.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I love. Oh,
it screams him.
I love a good T-shirt. The only thing that is secondary to a T-shirt is a zip-up hoodie, which they do zip-up hoodies too. So I found myself a new place to shop.
Yeah. So the cool thing about Into the AM, they not only have like graphic tees, which is what we're wearing right now.
Yeah.
They also just have like more standard shirts, which I also love because for my work situation, that's what I'll need more of. And they also even have like more athletic attire as well. Yeah. They really kind of cover everything. But honestly, to me, the most important thing is it's just super comfortable. Like, that's really, at the end of the day, that's what I want. Whenever I want a clothing brand, I want something that's going to hold up, and I want something to be super comfortable.
Yeah, comfortable, wearable, so that it makes you look good. And, I mean, I'm looking good right now. I'm just saying. Like, listen, thanks Into the AM for making me look real good today.
You can go intotheam.com and you can look up one of their bundles, which you can do a graphic tee bundle. That's 3 shirts for $61.95. You can do a basic tee bundle. That's 3 shirts for $52.95. They also have a ton of other stuff on there.
So much other stuff. Like you'll just go down a rabbit hole of like looking at graphic tees. There's all kinds of designs, something that fits like your personality. Like these obviously are kind of bourbon themed. Yeah. But they have all kinds of other things on there as well. We happen to like the bourbon themed ones because we like to drink bourbon.
We're into bourbon. So check out the link below, Into the AM. Browse, check it out. I promise you guys will not be disappointed. All right, next one. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch B. This is the B524. So this is the latest release that they've come out with.
Yeah. I'm going to let you go first on this one.
So, before I take a drink, I think this is good. I think it's a good B batch. I'm in a weird situation right now where I've bought so many of these and so many private barrels or single barrels of these. I'm just like, I want it to be like special. And maybe I shouldn't be. And maybe I'm in a unique situation where we just have a lot of picks that come out.
Yeah.
But plus doing the channel stuff, we buy these and reviews all the time.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think I feel like I need to buy one of these. Because I feel like I have a bunch of these sitting back there that I think are better.
I would have a tendency to agree with you on that. I like this one. I thought it punches to me like a stag punches, but this is not something I would be in the mood for all the time. Because if I was going to drink something that punched like a stag, I would rather just drink a stag.
Well, you actually bring up a really good point. This isn't something that you're going to drink all the time. And I just think that even with Elijah Craig, like in general. Now, I know like last year's like C923, right? Was like super special.
Yeah, and I'm drinking on that 920, actually, right?
But I think the last couple A batches I've liked more. Like, I know a lot of people didn't love like this past A batch, but I'm like, it's kind of a different drinker.
Yeah.
To where you can drink a little, like this is a little funky, but not necessarily funky in my wheelhouse, if that makes sense.
I like this
it's
one.
It's not bad.
Yeah. I like this one better than the A batch, but that's just me. So I still think it's probably a pass for me too. Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of passes coming. Next one. Let's talk about the new Maker's Mark. This is the Heart release. This is part of their new wood finishing series, and this is volume 1 of 5. This is a 111.7 proof.
Yeah.
Stave profile is 10 Virginia toasted French oak staves.
I feel like in the review we did, I've said all that I need to say about it. And so I'm only just going to say that this is a pass for me.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. In the review, we didn't love it. I've revisited this multiple times now. I still don't love it. It is so off profile from what I've loved in some of these last, like the license plate batches that they did.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed some of those. And this is really disappointing because, I got excited. I got a little bit of a wax with some flair here.
Yeah.
But somebody told me it drinks a little youthy, and I agree with that. And then it also drinks like those Virginia oak staves are like very fresh oak.
Yeah, whatever he says, I agree with him. I just did not like that at all.
All right. Next one. The Angel's Envy Bottle and Bond Cast Strength.
All right, so here's the deal. On this list, this is the one that I would have told you, like, without even thinking about it, that this was a hard pass.
Oh, this is also non-finished too. So it's their first of their own stuff that's non-finished.
Yeah, and so I would have told you point blank, like, this is the least one that I would pass on this in a heartbeat. But because as a channel we decided to review it.
I kind of did last minute too.
Yeah. This is good. And I don't know.
Opened up and got a little better too.
I don't know what else to say other than, this is really good.
This is surprising. I think out of all the bottles I've had so far this year, surprise-wise, I think this is...
Yeah, this is a huge surprise.
Yeah, like that nose.
Yeah.
It went from like just pure like sweet bubble gum to like a fruity bubble gum.
Yeah.
Not quite like, we're not quite at the zebra gum, right?
Oh god.
Not quite there.
The fruit stripe, is that fruit
stripe?
Yeah,
like where you get like that big fruit burst for about 3.2 seconds and it's just all gone.
Yeah.
But man,
this is really surprising me.
That nose opens up on it.
This is definitely not a pass for me. This is a buy. Like if you see this somewhere, and it's only at the distillery at this point.
Yes, it is only at the distillery. Now, a couple of things. I talked to my buddy who works there, and he said, the cool thing is like if this goes over really well, they're probably going to do a batch 2.
Oh, okay.
So, but this is It's only a gift shop only release, and they have 12,000 bottles of it.
Yeah.
It's a $3.75. So honestly, if you're around Kentucky and you really want to try some, there's an opportunity.
Go to the distillery and get it for sure. Yeah.
All right, next one. The 13th Colony Cask Strength.
So
I'm gonna take this back.
Again, like looking at this, I was excited about it. And
I was too, actually.
And it's good. I'm not going to take anything away from it. I think it's good. But for the price of it, you can get the straight bourbon and the rye for almost the same price. And both of those were fantastic.
Yeah, because this was right around $80.
Yeah. And so if you're going to spend $10 to $15 more and get 2 bottles that are really, really good, that's what I would do. And so because of that, I think this is a pass for me. But they've hit in a lot of ways. 13 Colonies hit pretty much home runs for a while.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So this is like a double.
I think for me, again, we've had 3 bottles here. This one, the Elijah Craig, and Chattanooga.
Yeah, that's good.
What is, I know, right? It's stupid good.
That's good.
What is this kind of like, what role is it for you? Because I don't think this is something I would want to drink all the time.
No.
I think it's good, but I can get that, like what you say, like either out of a stag or honestly out of like a rare breed, 1920.
Yeah.
And I know those are staples and those are phenomenal bottles. But it's just like, if this is going to be a chase and then it's going to be $80 on top of it.
Yeah.
It's not quite hitting that stride for me.
And you could pay $10 to $15 to $20 more and get something.
Actually, I agree. Whenever you said that, I was like, gosh, it's such a good idea. I wish I thought of it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you're right. I'd rather have the rye and just the standard bourbon than this. All right. Talking about expensive bottles, let's talk about the most expensive bottle on the list. The Wild Turkey Master Keep Triumphant. Or Triumph?
Triumph.
I always want to say triumphant.
Triumphant thinking.
Like putting that to it.
For me, I like these generally speaking, and there's, for a guy like Zach who is like, this is nostalgia for him. Like if you look behind our shoulders, there's a row of them, and he's got some more in some other places. Like this has a soft spot in our heart for him. Mm-hmm. This is really good, but for me, even being really good, I don't want to spend $250 or $300.
$291 and some change out there.
$291 and some change
at the gift shop
for a good rye. When I could take a Still Austin or a Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye, and I could be really, really happy with those in the same way. And so for me, the Master Keep, unless it's going to be knocked out of the park, is going to be a pass for me.
So before I went through and retasted everything.
Yeah.
And because I had already had everything in my head on what I thought about things. I was in agreement before I went back there and retried it.
Yeah.
And right now, this is my favorite rye of the year. And I don't even think it's close on a lot of things that we've tried. Now, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I hate that's $300. Like, I literally cannot stand that price point for multiple reasons. But at the end of the day, it's still really, really good. So I think if you're a Wild Turkey fan, I think if you're a big rye fan, I would buy it and pass on some other things maybe that I would be less open to buying or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I do think this is a special rye. But I understand. Let me say this. I understand why people would pass on it. I'm not knocking that. I am not trying to justify paying $300 for it. That is not my point here.
Yeah.
I just really, really enjoy it though.
Yeah.
But man, that price point does suck.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that's all of those. Now let's talk about the last one.
The last one.
President's Choice. And if you all were around for the week of like Father's Day / Bourbon Day, just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't on Bourbon Day. It was like, I don't know what it was, Wednesday or Thursday, whatever that day was. Old Forester has been putting out President's Choices like they're literally going under. Because in like a couple of years, in like 4 or 5 years, they'd maybe put out 30.
Yeah.
And now we're all the way up to 70 in like a year and a half.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So the reason why I want to put this on the list is because now they're doing online stuff. There will be probably raffles.
Yeah.
Honestly, these are going out weekly at the gift shop. And here's the thing. When people are going to start complaining, well, all the locals get them. How they do them now is basically they kind of unload them at the end of tours.
Yeah.
Or whenever the bar's really packed with out-of-towners.
Yeah.
So really, it's mostly out-of-towners that are getting them. With all of that being said, they're going out like crazy. Here's my opinion about PCs right now. Some of the older ones are really good.
Yeah.
Some of the 10, 11, 12 years have been really good. Some of the younger ones I've tried, I think there's like a 6 and 7-year-olds out there. They've been a little thin. Not my favorite. So if you're looking at buying / passing / whatever, you give me something with a little bit of older age statement, I tend to trust that. It doesn't mean it's going to be better, but they have been overall better from the ones I've tried.
Yeah. For me, this is always going to be a buy. I just think this is the best thing that Old Forester does, hands down.
That they release to the public. There,
again, we always talk about the bottle we don't talk about.
We don't talk about
that bottle is just on a different level, and it's fine. It's on a different level.
No,
I count myself lucky that I have tasted it. So, from just a standard release, like this puts birthday bourbon to shame. It puts single barrels to shame. It puts like any other special release. This is the top of the top for them. And if I see it, I'm going to buy it. Just the way it is. Or if I am by the distillery and someone says, hey, they're dropping President's Choices, I'm always going to go pick it up.
To be fair, Dave has been driving over to my house before and to record, and I've called him, and I can hear him turning to take an exit.
Yeah, for sure.
I can literally hear the tires through the speaker as he's just roaming right over. He's like, well, I'm close downtown. I'm going.
Yeah.
And these aren't cheap, by the way. These used to be a lot cheaper. Now they're like $220 something, I think.
I think it ends up being like $230 out the door or something like that. Yeah.
So, but what's crazy is they probably sold 500 to 700 the other day whenever they did that big release.
Yeah,
between online and at the distillery, and it was, I think it was about half and half.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of money they're making right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, that's our list. Go ahead and put the comments below what you agree with, what you disagree with. And there's some bottles you all want us to talk about. Please put them on there. We try to do a couple of these a year. So any kind of suggestions, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, for sure. And until next time.
We'll see you.
We'll see you.